I'm mic'd up today, and it's gonna be classic. You're gonna get all this.
Oh, I'm gonna stand right by you.
You're gonna get all this.
You guys are gonna have to cut all of this.
Hello, Duke fans. I'm Wes Pickle. Fogged up glasses boy. Dwayne, you look good in those big boy cleats. Mr. Peebles, which ones you go with? Laces or no laces? Laces. How are you? Fabulous. Good morning, Chase. Woohoo! Woohoo! I expect a lot of sacks from the interior guys today. Go. How we living?
Good, man. I wish I was living like you.
No, you don't. Charlie, is this a Chris Rump song? Look at it. I mean, I've never seen Pigeon you get Chris Rump more excited than you got him right now. Burr?
Oh, say a word.
What's up, buddy?
Heard you got a belly button ring.
A belly button ring, yeah. Yeah. You and Pigeon got jokes.
So you mic'd up, huh?
Yeah, so I'm mic'd up. Ready? I got some good news. I got some more of those
Got some
coming
new
in.
shoes?
Coming in.
My God.
So, Pigeon, what do you think about today's practice?
Yeah, I think practice is going well. You know, I think Wesley Pickle is doing a great job out here, and the sun's starting to come out right now. It's turning out to be a beautiful day.
Thank you for the interview, Pigeon. I really appreciate your time.
Appreciate it, Wes.
Thank you.
After facing ACC competition for 6 straight weeks to open up the 2020 season, Duke can look forward to an open date this week before heading into the final stretch of their season. Hello everyone and welcome outside Wallace Wade Stadium. I'm Rebecca Fiorentino for Duke All Access with head coach David Cutcliffe. One of the areas of the team Coach Cutcliffe continues to try and improve is the passing game. The run game, which features a pair of veteran backs in Deion Jackson and Mateo Durant, has showed steady improvement throughout the course of the first month before exploding for 363 yards at Syracuse. The passing game features a new quarterback and several young wide receivers, so developing consistent execution remains a priority.
I think that we've turned the ball over a little bit too much in the passing game at this point. That's the first concern you always have. You hear old-fashioned coaches talk about you know, there's 3 things that can happen when you pass the football, and 2 of them are bad. Well, you know, I think that's one of the things you got to realize. One of them's really bad. So I think consistency, completion percentage, our decision making. We got good arms. We got good accuracy. We just got to become more consistent with our passing game.
Duke on the march. Bryce to throw on first down. Over the middle, he's got Calhoun for the touchdown. A 26-yard strike. It's the first touchdown for a wideout this year.
The lack of off-season, the lack of camp is the most unique challenge that I've had. Years and years ago, I put a term, self-practice, you know, in play back when I was an offensive coordinator at Tennessee, and you know, help the quarterbacks understand how you put it together. I never coached them in the off season, never violated a law or a rule, excuse me, of the NCAA, but our guys got on the same page. They worked hard, the quarterbacks led the workouts. None of that occurred this year. And then we started school, so we really didn't have a camp process, so you can work your way into that. We had a lot of walkthroughs that were allowed, but walkthroughs and passing game don't go hand in hand. It's not the ideal way to install your offense.
Gonna keep it on the ground with Durant. Straight ahead, huge hole across the 40, cuts outside left. Durant down the middle field, 35 and 30. Can he outrun everybody? Takes it inside the 20 and down to the 19-yard line. Mateo Durant rumbling down the middle of the field, and the Blue Devils are in the red zone. It's a give to Jackson running left. Another huge hole. Deion Jackson into the secondary 40, 45 midfield, and all the way to the Syracuse 38-yard line. My goodness.
I think there's no question the best friend a quarterback has as a passer is a good run game. What it does is allows opportunities for more one-on-one throws, down the field throws. Balance is always critical to that. And the thing we've got to do is just kind of grow and mature as a pass unit. We got a lot of young receivers, to some degree inexperienced, a lot of people playing. You know, you got to get on the same page as quarterbacks and receivers. And with so many people playing, you only have so much practice time to accomplish that. So I need to do a good job as a coach of maybe streamlining what we're asking our people to do in the pass game.
Duke All Access is brought to you by Coca-Cola. Together tastes better. By Continental Tire for what you do. And by Gatorade. Win from within.
Don't wait for tomorrow. Make the days count. Gatorade has carbs to fuel and electrolytes to help replenish, so you can count on the proven formula. Nothing beats Gatorade.
Nearly 150 years of experience goes into making each and every Continental tire. So you can trust with total confidence that our tires will deliver superior performance, no matter where the road takes you. Continental Tire, for what you do.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
Real steel. Find yours. And find what fuels you. Not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot. Pick up at over 9,000 local steel dealers. Find yours at steeldealers.com.
Don't wait for tomorrow. Make the days count. Gatorade has carbs to fuel and electrolytes to help replenish, so you can count on the proven formula. Nothing beats Gatorade.
Last year's kicking game relied on veteran punter Austin Parker and veteran place kicker AJ Reed, who both delivered excellent performances in their final year in a Blue Devil uniform. And waiting in the wings right behind them were two highly regarded true freshmen, and punter Porter Wilson and kicker Charlie Ham. That duo is now front and center for Duke's special teams. They obviously learned a lot from the upperclassmen in their redshirt season, and during the process, developed a strong bond.
I actually met Porter on the first time that we came here, and we really clicked at the start. And then we went to a camp together in Orlando a few months later when we were both committed and had the time of our lives, and we knew that it was going to be a really strong relationship from the start.
We've been at plenty of camps in high school together, and we didn't really know each other. We never talked to each other. We've heard of each other's names. Then we came here on the visit together. It was kind of like a spark. We both became just great friends right off the bat, and you know, coming up to the season, like the year before we got here, winter break, went over down to Georgia, spent some time with him and his family, which was really nice, and that's kind of where the bond has started growing. And we got here, we roomed together, and you know, ever since we've kind of been best friends since we've been here.
We've been together pretty much every single day. We help each other out with everything. He's my guy. Whenever I need anything, I know who to go to, and whenever he needs anything, he knows who to go to. So we're kind of together all the time.
You know, it's really nice having the kicker in your class, especially, you know, a good one. We just kind of we always have each other. We always know kind of what's going on with each other. So it's just super nice to kind of have that other guy there.
as the snap is sent, and Wilson puts the right foot to it. Good kick. Robinson chasing back inside his own 30. Bobbled it and dropped it at the 25. Still loose inside the 10. They fight for it. It's bouncing towards the end zone. Touchdown! The Blue Devils got it in the end zone. What a way to open up the scoring. It's Jalen Stinson who got the football.
It was a roller coaster of emotions because I knew when I punted the ball, I got hit a little bit, nothing crazy, but I was sort of focusing on keeping my balance. Look up, I see the tight spiral. I know it's like good enough punt. And when I finally kind of regain my balance, start running downfield, I see the returner just booking it, like going back. And I see him fumble it, and that was the first wow, this is a big opportunity. And then out of nowhere, I see Stinson kind of pop out to the side in the end zone with the ball, and that's just kind of where it got crazy. And then I'm running to the sideline, people are excited, they're, coming up to me, hugging me, telling me good job and whatnot. It was just not something I expected at all. I didn't expect for us to get a touchdown, at least in that situation, off of a, muffed punt. But it was, it was a great feeling just having all the teammates around, everyone's excited.
On to attempt the first field goal of his career. It'll come from right in the middle of the field. Good snap, good hold, kick on the way. And Duke is on the board first.
So I was always an all-around athlete. I played soccer, baseball, basketball, and football. But I really liked kicking, so I liked soccer and football. When I was probably about 6 years old, my dad found some bamboo, and he built a field goal post in my backyard. I had a long strip of grass in my backyard, and so he bought me a tee and bought me a football, and I just started kicking.
Played soccer for 10 years, since I was 4, all the way up to freshman year. And I was tall from the get-go, so I was always the one kicking the ball super far. And, I played forward, so I was usually taking shots on goal, and more times than not, it'd fly straight over the goal, and all the parents would be giving me the field goal sign. So that was kind of the first, kind of hint, spark in me that maybe I should try this out. Got a little more serious about punting, slowly, very slowly, starting sophomore year. It was all on punting, so every day I was doing punting stuff. Slowly but surely, started getting better and better. Senior season, had a decent season, pretty good, and just finally took off from there.
She's the one, and you know it. At Reeds.com, we're making it easy to find the perfect ring from home. With helpful advice from our online jewelry experts, safe and discreet shipping, and beautiful ring packaging, you'll be confident the moment will be as perfect for her as she is for you. As a trusted jeweler for over 70 years, Reed's Jewelers will be here to make both of you feel like family. Long after she says yes.
It's bow time.
Dad, we're hungry.
Yep, to the grill. No.
Out of gas on game day? Drop a big bow box on it. Game on. Feed a family of 4 with 8 pieces of scratch-made chicken, biscuits, fixins, and tea.
It's bow time.
It's the final days of Ford Truck Month. Last chance to get great deals on the trucks as tough as the people who drive them. Like Ford Ranger and F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 43 years. What are you waiting for? Don't miss Ford Truck Month. Now get F-150 with up to $10,765 in total savings. It's the final days of Ford Truck Month. Hurry into your Carolina Ford dealer today.
What do you do after you're the #1 selling brand of gas-powered handheld outdoor power equipment in America? You start making more equipment right here in America. Real steel. Find yours.
Duke 360, presented by Continental Tire, for what you do.
There's been a lot of talk this year about the talent on the Duke defense, and a lot of that attention goes to the defensive end position, and rightfully so. They're incredibly talented there, and the Blue Devils have been productive along the edge of the defensive line. But today I want to draw your attention to somebody who I don't think gets enough credit, and that's number 54, Derek Tangelo, the 6'2", 310-pound senior. The man in the middle for the Duke defense. He's been very productive, which is difficult to do because you get double teamed so often when you're playing along the inside. You've got down blocks and offensive linemen try to scheme up ways to get you to move. And by the way, running backs don't typically like to run up the middle because that's the teeth of the defense. They want to get to the outside and away. And it's hard to get stats. Against Syracuse, Derek Tangelo was tied for first in the team with tackles, 6 of them total, 3 tackles for loss and a sack. And we're going to look at how he was able to be productive. It's really a blend of physical attributes, IQ, flexibility, and just being overall aggressive. Take a look here. He's going to beat the block of the right tackle. It's a cut block attempt by the right tackle for the Syracuse Orange. Right off the snap, the first thing that draws my attention are the feet. Watch how quickly he gets upfield and beats the tackle to the spot. Once he's there, he's got flexibility to work around a player going to his legs, gets down on one leg, there he is on a knee, and then the explosiveness and balance to get back up and wrap up the quarterback in the backfield. Really impressive explosion off the ball, but also an ability to stay upright when you get knocked off of your initial path and have the pursuit still in you and the quick twitch to pull the quarterback down. It's interesting too. Take a look at his celebration. We talked about fun-loving. Look at this here. I don't know if that's like a one-legged jump rope, but that's some of the flexibility and the balance that he used just a second ago to make that play in the backfield. Here he is lined up similarly over the right guard. The explosion up the field one more time here is what draws my attention. It's a pull play by the Syracuse Orange. They're pulling the right guard and the right tackle. This is where intelligence and the IQ comes in. Tangelo understands that. He sees it right away. He knows that if the lineman's leaving, that's a lot of space being vacated. Penetration kills most run plays, so he gets way up the field and kind of mirrors the tackle. See him hold on here and gets in the way, throws the running back off of his initial running lane, allows some of his other teammates to rally to the football, and makes a good play in the backfield. Here it is right here from the back view. Really good look at it. He's going to defeat the back block of the center who's coming across here to try to get him. But it's the understanding that they're running a pull. He lets the tackle take him to the ball carrier, essentially. Look at him get skinny around the back block, get up, hands into the chest of the offensive lineman, keeps his feet running, knocks the running back off of his spot. One more time. This is my favorite one. It's a draw play, designed quarterback run. They're going to try to get the running back as a lead blocker up on a linebacker. Derek Tangelo does 2 players' responsibilities and one here. Gets up the field. We talked about the explosiveness. Hands into the chest plate of the offensive lineman and drives him back into the running back, knocking him off of his intended target, who's the linebacker. Tangelo is able to shuck the blocker eventually and come up with another tackle for loss. Take a look at it from this angle again here. Watch his hand. His right hand in the dirt gets thrown to the guard's chest, drives the guard way off the ball. Here's the running back getting knocked off of his target. The linebacker is unblocked, forcing the quarterback back into the waiting arms of Derek Tangelo. If you spend just a few minutes talking to that young man, you really can realize how much he loves life. It's easy to do that when you're playing as well as he has been. We had a lot of fun catching up with him, and you'll see it on next week's show. Rebecca Fiorentino sits down for an extended interview with the senior along the defensive front. Stay tuned for that. Until then, keep an eye on the man in the middle for the Duke Blue Devils, number 54, Derek Tangelo.
Here's Boone dropping to throw, looking, throws it up the right side.
Vintage Duke.
Running underneath it, makes the catch. Jamison Crowder, 5, touchdown! Oh my goodness, what a play! As Lewis waits in the shotgun with 2 wide receivers left, he's going to try to run the quarterback draw, closed up, takes it himself and dives for the touchdown. Thad Lewis.
That's one of the best games we've played since we've been at Duke, without question.
11:51 to go in the first half. 14-14. Lewis dances back, looks, got a lot of time, throws for the end zone, got a man down there. Touchdown, Raekwon Boyette.
Man, you just gave me chills right now, dude, just thinking about that.
Ladd waits on the snap, stops, looks, throws for the end zone, caught for the touchdown, Austin Kelly.
That game was personal, man, but I was in the zone. I was throwing the mess out the football. My receivers were getting open. We were clicking on all cylinders. So that was my best game and the best times I probably had playing football.
There was no secret about Duke's game plan coming into Carter Finley. They were going to throw it and throw it a lot, but nobody could have foreseen the performance of Thad Lewis. 40 of 50, 459 yards, and 5 touchdowns to 5 different receivers. Simply put, he tore State to shreds.
I was a senior and Russell Wilson was a redshirt sophomore or something like that. The year before that, he beat me out for first team all ACC. So that game was personal for me. Personally, I was not going to be outdued that day. I didn't care. But I'm just glad I stuck with the system. And Coach Roper and Coach Cutler did a great job with the game plan and calling the plays and using our talents to the best of our ability and getting the balls in the playmakers' hands. And we responded, and I'm glad as a team that we never folded, and we just kept getting better and better as they kept scoring and scoring, and we felt like we were the better team that day, and ultimately we won.
Snap to Lewis, looks, guns it, and it is caught for the touchdown by Connor Vernon.
2020 is 2020. Well, let me tell you about 2009. That's the swine flu year. So we had over 40 guys that had swine flu. And we struggled to get through camp. Didn't start quite as well as we thought we would or hoped we would, and the NC State game was pivotal.
Fake the handoff, the roll to the right by Lewis, looks for the end zone, got a man down there, touchdown!
We were scored, boom, touchdown. Then I think they ran a kickback. Then touchdown. Then Russell Wilson, touchdown. And then it was literally back to back. And I just remember on the sideline, we just kept telling ourselves, they can't stop us. Now, they were scoring too, so we knew at some point somebody was going to have to stop. But that was the biggest thing about Duke game, man. That's the biggest thing about who we are. We did not flinch, and we finished. And that's what we have to do, and that's what we did. And we knew that, we understood that, and we fought to the end.
I probably upset a couple of my former quarterbacks, but I believe that's the finest game I've had a quarterback have in college.
Duke's last trip to face NC State in Raleigh was in 2009, and it was certainly one to remember, as was their last meeting in Durham in 2013. The old rivals square off, and we've got Coach Cutt's analysis coming up next.
Coca-Cola presents Quarterback Derby.
Teammates square off in Week 5, beginning with Thomas Sirk and Anthony Boone in a pair of blowout wins against Tulane. In his first career start, Sirk scores on the ground and through the air and piles up impressive numbers. Boone also plays well in helping the Blue Devils roll, but some of his playing time actually goes to Sirk off the bench, so he comes up short against his backup. Teammates Steve Sladen and Anthony Dilway go head-to-head versus Vanderbilt, and while both help Duke continue undefeated starts to their seasons, Sladen hits pay dirt a few more times with 4 touchdown strikes to claim the QB Derby victory. Against Georgia Tech, Daniel Jones finds T.J. Ramming for his milestone 200th career catch, and he also finds the end zone 3 times to edge Ben Bennett for his 4th straight win.
With a 21-7 lead, lofts it to the left corner of the end zone. That pass is caught again for a touchdown. Duke exploding late here in the third quarter.
2 other contests feature mixed opponents. Spence Fisher leads the 1994 Blue Devils to a 6-0 start with a significant home win over Clemson, but Sean Renfrey is on fire against Memphis.
Dropping back, Renfrey guns it down the middle, caught for the touchdown between 2 defenders. Great catch by Desmond Scott.
Renfrey hits on 26 of 27 passes, 4 for scores to get the win. And Thaddeus Lewis has the deep ball working against Richmond.
Fake to the deep handoff, the roll, the throw, down the middle. He's got a man running free. It's Johnny Williams. Caught it on the run. Touchdown!
But Dave Brown and Walter Jones also connect long distance against Rutgers to help Brown to that victory. Brown thus takes over sole possession of first place in the Spurrier division, while Sirk and Jones share the Cutcliffe division lead at 4-1. Next week, Jones tries to extend his winning streak against Nemesis Virginia, while Brown and Bennett stage a showdown at South Carolina.
Duke versus NC State, brought to you by Bojangles, home of the original tailgate special.
10:01 to play in the opening quarter. Here's the punt. Oh, it's blocked! It's up in the air at the 35. Blue Devils chasing after it. They scoop it up. It's Mausi. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Blue Devils! What a way to open up the scoring. Bryce alone in the backfield on 1st and goal. Takes the snap, looks to the left, throws that way, complete to Bobo. Dancing inside the 5. He'll take it in for the touchdown. Jake Bobo with his first touchdown of the season. And the Blue Devils stretch the lead here just before halftime. Hockman from the shotgun, gonna throw on 1st down. 4-man rush, they don't get there. Lost it to the end zone, nearly picked and then caught for a touchdown. You have got to be kidding. Blue Devils led 20-14 at halftime, had a 17-7 lead late in the second quarter. But in the second half, NC State outscored the Blue Devils 17-0, taking advantage of turnovers and Blue Devil penalties and missed opportunities. And it's NC State who's going to get the win. And the final score will be 31-20.
No question that we're at a point where an open date is coming at a good time. Not only to end this show, end a stretch. It's been difficult emotionally, certainly difficult physically, where we've had a tough go of it playing 6 Power 5 football teams that happen to all be pretty physical football teams. The one we beat, I think we were more physical than them, but we've matched physicality. We've played hard. We've played well. We just hadn't played well enough to win. So what you do is you go and you take an open date, which is a much needed one, and as coaches, we're going to study every detail of what we're doing. We're looking at, and I think our practices have been outstanding. I like what we're doing, the schedule, the way we're doing it, but we've got to look schematically. We got to look at everybody that we're doing it with, not just saying the wrong people, but putting people in defensive positions, offensive positions, or kicking positions that suit them best. Without a spring practice, without really a camp, that's one of the biggest challenges, is to find the path for the particular team that you have. I am very encouraged by our effort. I'm very encouraged by our practice habits. I'm extremely encouraged by our spirit and our attitude. And everything we've asked these young men to do, they have done. This was a really good North Carolina State football team. It was a tough loss. You pick yourself up. You have no choice but to continue to move forward. And I can promise you, the Duke football team will come out fighting, ready to play when we open up a couple of weeks from now and start another run for the season. So we appreciate you very much, and we look forward to seeing you later.